The Stone Guard is the first encounter of the Mogu'shan Vaults, and is a council-style, multi-target fight, with all targets sharing the same health pool. There are 4 Stone Guards, in 10-man and 25-man LFR. A random combination of 3 of these guards are active, in normal and heroic 25-man, all 4 guards are active. The LFR boss health pool is 212 million HP, shared among the active Guardians, and the enrage timer for this battle is no shorter than 7 minutes. Each guard has an energy resource, and unleashes a damaging raid-wide attack when that resource fills. This attack is called Overload. The Guardian energy resource completes at 100 and fills at a rate of 1.7 energy per second if it is within 12 yards of another guard. A guard can be prevented from gaining energy by off-tanking it outside of the 12-yard radius of the other guards, but this action also gives that guard a 90% damage reduction debuff. Each of the guards casts from a specific school of magic: Amethyst from Shadow, Cobalt from Arcane, Jade from Nature, and Jasper from Fire. 5 seconds after the encounter starts, a random guard begins to cast Petrification, a stacking debuff that slows the movement speed of raid members while causing them to take 90% reduced damage from that guard's school of magic. The Petrification can be stopped by causing the casting guard to overload. If the cast completes, players will be paralyzed but will still take damage. 5 seconds later, a different guard begins to cast Petrification. A guard never casts Petrification twice in a row, and cast completion takes 80 seconds. DPS must focus on the guard casting Petrification to prevent completion and force an overload to remove the Petrification debuff. Do not force an overload on a guard not casting. For individual attacks, each guard has Rend. This attack affects only the tanks and applies a non-stacking bleed that causes damage every 1 second. Rend is cast every 20 seconds. The Amethyst Guard drops Amethyst Pool. This creates a pool on the ground that causes damage to anyone standing inside of it. Each pool lasts for 80 seconds, and a pool is cast every 5 to 10 seconds. To prevent damage, don't stand in the pool. The Cobalt Guard launches Cobalt Mind. This is a Cobalt shard that is launched to a random player's location. After 3 seconds, the shard becomes active and will explode when any player comes within 7 yards of it, which causes damage and roots all players in the blast radius. This is cast every 10 seconds. Jade Shard is cast by the Jade Guardian. It's a raid-wide attack causing nature damage. It's cast every 10 seconds. And Jasper Chains, 2 players are linked by chains that inflict fire damage when the players are more than 10 yards apart, which increases by 10% for each second the afflicted are apart. After 15 seconds, cumulative, not consecutive, the chains are broken. In LFR, the 3 guards can be tanked together, with DPS focusing on the guard that is casting Petrification. If the raid wishes to split the guards, the off-tank should focus on the non-casting guard, with the main tank juggling the casting guard and the second non-casting guard. The tanks can taunt guards off each other, since taunts cooldown and diminishing returns are well within the raid mechanics for juggling the guards. Stand clear of Amethyst pools and dispel players trapped from Cobalt shards. Cobalt shards will interact with Amethyst pools, rooting a player in the pool. To make floor space, shards can be detonated by individuals. And Jasper Chains do not affect tanks. If a ranged and melee are linked, the range should move within 10 yards of the melee. If Jasper Petrification is occurring, the chains can be broken with negligible damage to both players. This is a single-phase encounter. Bloodlust, Time Warp, and Heroism should be used at the start to take advantage of player cooldowns. This is a great encounter for AoE and multi-dotting, regardless of which strategy the raid employs, whether they triple nuke or split the guards. At least 2 guards are always within strike distance of each other. This is especially handy since the guards share a common health pool. This encounter drops level 476 gear with the following rogue stuff: Stoneflesh leggings, leg gear with red and blue gem slots, and a dagger of the 7 stars. Hey everyone, this is Whitey, and in this video we are going to kill the Stone Guard. Now the object of this fight is going to be to focus our DPS on the guard that is casting Petrification to force him to overload while we have the damage reduction. But since this is LFR, chances are we're going to have overloads all over the place and people are going to be DPSing everywhere. Okay, in this fight we have the Amethyst Guard, the Jade Guard, and the Jasper Guard, so we're going to have to watch out for pools, chains, and the Jade Shard attack. The Jade Guard is casting Petrification right now, so this is where I'm going to focus my DPS and try to force him to overload before he finishes his cast. Because the DPS is all over the place in this fight, instead of focusing on the casting guard, the Jasper Guard is about to overload, which means they're going to take 100%, just like we did right there. We'll take 100% of that damage. If we had caused the Jade Guard to overload first, we would have only taken 10% because of the debuff from the Petrification cast. And now I'm linked to a player by Jasper Chains, and I'm standing in an Amethyst pool. I don't see any fire damage coming in, so the player has to be pretty close to me. There he is, right up there. So anyway, I'm focusing on the Jade Guard right now, because he's the one who's casting Petrification. And now the Amethyst and the Jade Guards are both about to overload, and we're going to end up taking 100% of both of those damages. Okay, that wasn't as bad as it could have been. And now we're switching to the Amethyst Guard because he's the one who's casting Petrification, but we should be able to end this fight before he overloads. Alright, now the Jasper Guard is getting ready to overload, and the Jade Guard, we should be able to end this fight before that happens. Oh, my bad there, we got hit with them both. Anyway, now we should be able to end it. Alright, we won the fight, and I finally got the Dagger of the 7 Stars as loot. I haven't got that at all yet. This is the Stone Guard. If this video was helpful, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.